yeah, so we're here for night 3 of our international series now. We've had our first 2, which were springs on Boxing Night that wasn't Boxing Night, then obviously the following day at Bay Park Speedway. So I guess we had not too bad of a run at Bay Park, managed to get the race under our belts and finished, so that was a big box ticked. Yeah, so here we are again back at Springs, as just mentioned before, night 3. Track's looking pretty hard packed again. Don't think that's a bad thing, but yeah, kind of a little bit hard on tyres these nights when we get the track so hard packed, but they are putting water on it, which you'll see just behind us. So they're obviously got their prevention methods going and in full force at the moment. So it's actually not that hot of a, well, I shouldn't say it's not hot, but it's not got blazing sun like we've had for the last couple of meetings that we've had. We've kind of got a bit of cloud cover, which is enough to keep the sun away, but the side effect of that is it is a little bit actually a little bit muggy, so not the worst conditions to race in. Tonight's the Pickens 54, so we're running a bit of a different format where we're only going to run one heat race as opposed to the usual where we run kind of 2 with a front and a rear start. We're gonna, I believe we'll have to draw a pool, and once we're drawn a pool, they will, I guess it'll be like a passing point style thing, which is similar to how Powerride do their format. So we'll only do one heat race, and you know, if you start at the front you need to win, start at the back. Big emphasis on just moving forward maybe, and yeah, so obviously you still got to try win by getting forward, but you know, sometimes if you can get like a 12th to 4th, that could be better off than maybe like a 3rd to 1st type race. So yeah, big emphasis on trying to heat race pretty hard and move forward. So and then 54 laps for the feature, fastest off the back. So I'm guessing they'll qualify 16 straight through, and then again run a B main to pick the last 4 or so out of it. They might pull 20 and then pull another 4 on top of that. I'd have to see. They kind of haven't given us the official format yet, but that's at a guess. I'm pretty sure that where it's, and the murmurs I've heard too, that's where we're heading with it. So yeah, again, different format to what we're used to, and something away from the usual, which is always a bit of fun. Kind of a bit of a shame that we've lost a few of the traditional meetings in the Boxing Night 25 or 30 lap derby. That was kept, but it was on Boxing Night, and we kind of lost the 40 lap or BC 39 that we held here at the Springs not too many years ago. But yeah, we've still retained the 50, which is a big one, and obviously the World 30 lap derby is, I think it's been contested over like 50 years or something. It's one of the longest standing races I think in New Zealand. Or yeah, it's a pretty big deal actually. So, enriched in history, I should probably phrase that better. But yeah, yeah, you can see that water truck's still trotting around the back. So, fingers crossed they can get that track tuned up and get some good heat racing in and go from there.
Let her rip, little Pete. See you out there.
Okay, so coming live from inside the car in the infield. Yeah. Actually, one more. Yeah. Obviously, national anthem's going on right now. I kind of haven't had a chance to pick up the camera through the night because we've been pretty busy. Dug ourselves a bit of a hole. Had 2 stoppages in our heat race, so we had to retard to the infield. No damage, but just because of the rules, to only get 1 restart. So that put us in the B. Put a big effort in the B and managed to squeak through in I think it was 4th year. So now we ended up picked grid 10. So it's actually not a bad position to be in. Track's pretty slick and rubbered up. So hopefully we've got enough tyre on there to make it to the end and catch you guys at the finish. results are washed up now. Well, not washed up, sorry, but back at the shop and kind of walking around what was going to be somewhat of a promising race, but that too. Yeah, flat left rear, obviously broke the oil tank off the car. Muffler's in a mess, or muffler's headers. So that ended our night with a flat tyre, obviously, and in between that we've got a bunch of other damage which obviously could have kept going with, but stuff you can't turn up to the track with next week or the next race. So yeah, bit of a shame to end the night like it was. We've kind of, they said a couple of videos ago that we're just in struggle street at the moment, but I think we've figured out where our issues lie, and the car was fast all night actually. Besides kind of being played by the system here and there, I think we had it figured out, and yeah, just a car that's on the pace and competitive again, which is good. And the other thing too is it's not just having a fast car and competitive, but knowing why we're either not fast or fast, or doing changes that we think are going to work and actually kind of working. So yeah, another tough night on the tiller, that's for sure. I think we ended up doing a total of 28 laps, I think it was, by the time we'd done 3 laps in our first heat race, 12 for the B main, and then I think 11 roughly, or maybe was it 13? 12. So there's the official number. What's that make? 27, I think. So yeah, 27 laps and the whole night's racing. It's probably not the best situation, especially when I've kind of made comment that we need to get out and do laps to learn, but the hard part is if you're not completing races, you're not getting laps, so then you end up kind of not getting what you need out of the race, so, or what you can to learn out of the race. Yeah, just big shout out to the guys, obviously Alf sweeping the floor at the moment between Alf, Ian and Dad and Calvin. The guys have dug deep in the last few days and put in a lot of hard work just to keep going, meeting to meeting, but it's getting tough, but yeah, we just keep going, and yeah, it is what it is.